Hi, I'm Mary Kay, and today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. Almost all crypto and Bitcoin YouTubers right now are talking about how Bitcoin is going to go to the moon and make us all rich. What a great sight, right? So we should all invest every cent into Bitcoin right now. When Drake, who has 146 million followers, posted a bullish interview with Michael Saylor about 3 months ago, when Bitcoin was at 72,000 US dollars, hype followed. But where was the rally? There was none. Bitcoin has since then been bopping along and actually showed a massive decline right about now. There's still some room for higher prices in Bitcoin, but there will soon be a surprise that will turn the stomachs of investors. More on the analysis and movements of Bitcoin with Patrick after the intro.
Hello everyone, Patrick here with Bloombridge Capital. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, if it's already done with its correction, if not, where it is potentially headed. And I'm going to try to give you an outlook on what can potentially unfold from here. In our opinion, we are at a very crucial juncture, and I want you to pay attention to this very important level over here, which is currently at 63,000 and about 400. Why was this level important? Well, because it is one of the levels that induced quite a little bit of supply into the market. So if we reclaim that, which we basically attempted here at this level, it basically gives us an indication that the low may already be in. So once we get a candle closure here just above this level, we're pretty much going to be sure, or maybe not sure in that sense, because in the markets you can never be sure. But I would say it's a good educated guess that the low might be already in then, and then we're going to start a bigger uptrend. I would expect these highs to be taken. I think these are going to be taken with ease. And then the price is probably going to continue higher, very likely going to reach six figures and plus. So I don't think I'm exaggerating here, but I think this is a very likely outcome, and I usually tend to be really conservative. Now let's put this into a context. How do we derive our opinion of the market actually? So we use a couple of statistical models that I cannot get into because they are more or less secret for us. And then we also apply a little bit of machine learning where we basically study the patterns of the past and we project them into the future so we can get a good picture. Sadly, I cannot show you this either. But what we like to do is to put this into context where you can watch this visually, okay? So it is very important for us that you understand these very complex things in easy to understand models, okay? And for that, we use the Elliott wave principle, okay? It's a very easy model to basically forecast the financial markets, but it was never intended as such. And I would say it rather lacks the ability to really be predictive because there's no certainties there. It could be always looking this or that. And that's my issue with it. So what we do is we basically encompass our idea of what we think is going to happen in an Elliott wave, and then we basically show you the chart. I think this is very easy to understand, and this makes things very much not complicated. So how does Elliott wave work? So in terms of the direction of a trend, you have three segments that go in one direction, and then you have two segments that basically get interrupted there. So these are the three segments that go in one direction. We have those interruptions. Those we call with a nomenclature of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 respectively. And then this whole trend gets corrected by three waves in a different direction. Those we call ABC. And this is more or less the Elliott wave model in the most simplicity. Okay, so if we take our machine learning model into context, we can formulate an Elliott wave right here. So you see this wave 1 right there. This is very likely this wave 1 top right there. Then we have a rather sideways consolidation in terms of a wave 2. So the trend here got interrupted right there. And then we got the third wave here. Many people would also say that this is the third wave. And according to our models, this is not likely the case, and we have much higher to go. So we will have this fourth wave push down here to these levels around 5,300 or 49.5. But you say, wait a minute, Patrick, you told me that the low is probably going to be in right there. Yes, that's true, but we need to get a closing basis above that. So as long as we don't close above it, the more likely scenario is still that we push down a little bit here and then consolidate around these levels, and then we push higher. I think it's very fair to assume that this low here might have already materialized, okay? But if it doesn't, this is our fallback case. Okay, if it's not going to hold here, it's probably going to hold here, and then we're going to reassess. All right, so where could be wave 5 now headed? So what we think here is that we're probably going to be topping around 100,000. It could also go to 140, we don't know, but it's probably going to be much more than 73,000. So I think we basically made our case right there. And then you're probably going to wonder what is actually going to happen right after that. Well, this is a topic for another video at some different time, but I hope you liked what we had to offer to you. If you like more out of these cryptos, we actually have a whole bunch of them, which we basically analyze on a daily basis. So if you like to get in touch with us, simply get on to Twitter and we'll tell you the credentials of our Discord channel. There you can join, have a chat with us, enter our community, talk about the markets, and yeah, get a little bit of analysis in here as well. Maybe an educated guess where you could buy low and maybe potentially sell high. We basically do a bunch of stuff. So I hope you liked what you saw. Until next time, this is Patrick with Bloombridge Capital. Back to you, Murray.
Thank you for the analysis, Patrick. It is important to us that you make good and well-informed trading decisions with good quality information. We analyze more than 100 markets every day. With that, there are altcoins like Solana. We also cover real estate investments if you're interested in it. To join us, just text us via Twitter and then we will give you the information on how to join. Thank you and see you next time with Bloombridge Capital.